And we're back. And before we start, I gotta mention that I'm right in the process of fixing my teeth. So if I sound a little funny or when I'm slurring my words, it's because of that. It's not because I'm drunk. Yet.
9 seconds. That's what I'll give you to decide your fate.
Denzel Washington is back as the titular Equalizer to equalize things in the Equalizer 3. The film kicks off with him wrapping up a very bloody job in Sicily, but things take an unexpected turn, leading him to a small town where a couple of guys who are up to no good start making trouble in this neighborhood. He gets in one little fight and the mafia gets scared, and they should, because he's the Equalizer. So this is the last movie in the franchise, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Anton Fuqua, maybe it's Denzel, maybe it's Maybelline, but I like these movies, even though they're a bit schlocky. Because in every Equalizer movie we have over-the-top, super evil, tattooed villains, a predictable storyline, and Denzel Washington as the ultimate savior. But even though you know exactly where the story is going, it's still pretty fun to watch. The action in this part is a lot more bloody than the previous two movies, and this film is rated R. I gotta tell you, it's very satisfying watching Denzel Washington take down a couple of scumbags in brutal fashion. But here's the thing. Having a main character who's basically invincible sort of kills the suspense. God damn it. Suspense. It kills the tension. The movie tries to deal with that early on, but the plot's still pretty straightforward, so don't expect anything super original. One issue I had was with a side story that involved Dakota Fanning and Roy from The Office. They both work for the CIA and get tipped off by Denzel to investigate the mafia. Of course, Dakota Fanning and Denzel worked with Anton Fuqua before in Man of Fire, and that seemed to be the only reason for her to be in this movie, because that is the least interesting part of the film. The running time is 1 hour and 49 minutes, and I bet if you cut out all of the parts with the CIA, this film would be a solid 95. But I do like the pacing and the flow of information this film gives you. Not everything is laid out, and some questions you might have get answered much later on. I remember asking myself, why is the mafia shaking down a small town fishmonger? I mean, how much money would it actually generate? But you do get an answer that makes sense, so. And I've said it many times before, storytelling is all about controlling the flow of information. And this movie holds some of it back, which is pretty smart because that is what hooks you in. But there is this one scene that really bugged me, especially as an editor and someone who works with cameras. At a certain point, the townsfolk all take out their cell phones and start filming a confrontation between Robert McCall and the mafia, and everyone, and I mean everyone, is filming vertically. Now sometimes it is acceptable to film in the wrong aspect ratio, and I'm not talking about TikTok. Just ask yourself one question. Am I filming a rocket being launched into space? If the answer is no, turn your phone. So the previous two movies ended with big showdowns and big set pieces. Part 1, it was the Home Depot. In part 2, it was the Hurricane. And this movie doesn't really have that. I guess the set piece was Italy because it was filmed on location. But somehow it felt a lot less satisfying. Nevertheless, I had fun watching this movie. Denzel Washington is charming, the action is very violent and gory, and even though that whole CIA detour felt unnecessary, I quite like this movie. So, do I recommend The Equalizer 3? Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay. Suspense. Nope. Suspense. 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 Nope. Suspense. Suspect. Suspense.